What is going on, guys? I am the FD Guru, bringing to you guys a Friday edition of my NBA DFS podcast. We have 6 games on tonight's main slate, or we have 5 games on tonight's main slate. And we got the Cleveland news that we needed for, some value. There's not a ton of value out there right now. We have a lot of questionable guys. The Pacers are half their team's questionable: Miles Turner, Nembhard, Nesmith, and then we have Rudy Gobert, who is questionable. There's a chance he sits on the front leg of a back-to-back. That's big news too, because I think that's gonna really tell us who's starting for the Grizzlies, whether it's Xavier Tillman or Brandon Clarke. If Gobert ends up starting tonight, they might match up Tillman with him. If Gobert is out and they run Naz Reid out there, there's a good chance Brandon Clarke starts. It's a big deal because we saw Brandon Clarke match up well against that Warriors small team last game, and he saw 32 minutes. So that's definitely something we want to monitor. The good news is that, a bulk of the questionable guys are at 7 and 7:30, so we should get that news before lock. Give this video a like, make sure you're subscribed. And things can always change as we get closer to lock. So we're gonna have a lot of Cavs in this video. Again, Donovan Mitchell's doubtful, Kevin Love is out. Basically, we're gonna treat this like last night. They absolutely crushed the Rockets. It was a blowout. They missed out on like 6 to 8 minutes in that fourth quarter, but they still played really well. Darius Garland should be in 100% of your lineups tonight against the Thunder. Good matchup, 8,500. Needs 42 fantasy points to hit value. He's looking like the best value play on the board here. With no Donovan Mitchell, his usage rates are just through the roof. So, you should have him in basically all of your lineups tonight. There's not much to say here. Shooting guard, we have no Lou Dort for the Thunder. By no means is Aaron Wiggins, a very comfortable play, but he should start in the place of Wiggins and see 25 minutes. He needs 20 fantasy points to hit value, maybe more of a GPP play. There's just not a ton of cheap value out there right now, so I thought I would talk about him. Things can go wrong. Last night I had Garrison Matthews, as a good amount of people did. Really bad play. And then we had Ben Simmons, being Ben Simmons, and left the game with a knee injury. The cash team still ended up doing well. But it was a tough scene. Wiggins could be a nice tournament play tonight. Again, there's just not a lot of cheap value out there. But speaking of cheap value, Karis LeVert's, like Garland, should be in 100% of your lineups tonight with no Kevin Love and Donovan Mitchell doubtful. He's going to start and see over 30 minutes. He saw 31 minutes last night, and that was in a blowout. We can expect him to see 32 to 36 minutes tonight. 5,400, really good price. Very tough for him not to get there with this kind of usage in that amount of minutes. Power forward, Brandon Clarke. Again, this is pretty dependent on Rudy Gobert playing or not. I do think he's a good play regardless. 5,600, he needs 26 fantasy points to hit value. We should get word on what they're going to end up doing, whether it's Tillman or Clarke, but it's kind of a tough thing to talk about right now. I do think Clarke is the better play. Regardless, we'll have to see if Gobert's in or out, but if Gobert is out, we can assume that Brandon Clarke is going to start and see a bunch of minutes tonight. And then for center, Evan Mobley, another easy play. You should have at least 3 Cavs in your cash lineups tonight. If he played last night, there's not much to talk about here. Mobley was great in limited minutes in that Rockets blowout. Last night, he usually plays 37, played 33 last night, 43.5 fantasy points. He's an easy play in all formats tonight. That'll do it for this video, guys. Give it a like. Make sure you're subscribed. Let's have a great Friday. Let's have a great weekend. We have AFC and NFC championship games on Sunday. I will make an NFL video for that tomorrow. So stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed. Until next time, I am the FD Guru, and I am signing off. See ya.